Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Third, and this week on Mixing Wednesdays, I'm going to be talking about modulation and convolution. For anybody that doesn't know, there's kind of two ways of making plugins. You've got algorithms, which are coded, and you've got convolution, which is sampling the gear, getting impulse responses of the actual gear itself. Now, obviously, in terms of convolution, we all know ACUSTICA Audio, we all know the Nebula third-party developers, TimP, PETHERICK, Tim Cupwise, Alex B, Sim Drops, London Acoustics. And these guys have produced phenomenal convolution libraries. So we've had EQs, compressors, preamps, you name it, loads and loads and loads of great analog gear. But modulation is something that's kind of mystified a lot of developers. And you'll notice that we don't really get much modulation in convolution. It's something that's been asked for quite a lot. Now, it won't be a surprise to anybody that it's Tim PETHERICK that has been the person to take the mantle and decide to dive into modulation and convolution. And I am very pleased to tell you that he has successfully managed to sample modulation in the forms of guitar pedals. So we've got chorus pedals, flanger pedals, vibrato as well. We've got some Boss, I think it's MXR, some really old vintage. I think it's we've got an original Boss CE1 as well, which is really cool, and also a rotary speaker, which we're going to be looking at today. Now, for all you Nebula owners, this is absolutely free. Tim has just done this out of the love of being a guitar player. Something that you might not know about Tim is that he is a plugin developer, but he is at heart, and he started off as a guitar player, and from what I've been told, he's a pretty damn good guitar player at that. He won't probably admit it because he's such a humble person. I'm always trying to blow smoke up his arse, and he just it's like, I'm not interested. He's just the kind of guy he is, and it's a character at Tim that I actually really like. So not only is he taking his own time to make convolution guitar pedals and also a rotary speaker, he's made it free for all you Nebula guys. Unfortunately, I'm just going to say it very quickly. I know we've spoke about it before. For anybody that's like, great, free plugins, I want to get Nebula. The full commercial Nebula is like £400, £500 or something like that. It's extortionate. We all know it's extortionate. There's probably reasons behind that. I'm not going to go into the politics or whatever. I'm sorry to let you guys down. I know you're like, oh, it's free and you can't get your hands on it because you don't have the full commercial version of Nebula. But even though you guys can't sample it, and I know it's frustrating, I still think it's very important to showcase the advancements in the development of convolution and what other people are able to do with the software of today. Now, in terms of the guitar pedals, I'm probably going to do a separate video on that. I might maybe do like a video on the flanger, a video on the chorus and the vibrato. The chorus, I'll probably maybe just take some Smiths, some Stone Roses. I might even do like a video of my favourite like chorus guitar sims and use Tim's libraries to see if I can recreate it so you guys can hear it. But we'll leave them for another day, because today I want to speak all about Tim's rotary speaker that he sampled. Now, I've actually used it on my new single, so I'm going to actually let you hear a little bit of the guitars from my new single. You've probably heard it in other videos, but I was having a play about with my new single, and I was like, right, okay, I've got these kind of backing guitars, and I've got this really nice tremolo effect on one of them, and I was like, I was just a bit dry, and I tried choruses, and I was like, it's just not getting there. So what I did was I went, no, what, I'll try Tim's new rotary speaker. And honestly, guys, you'll see for yourself how easy this thing is to use, and honestly, how amazing this thing sounds just on a guitar, right? And you can hear the difference in the tonal qualities that this gives you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bit of a play about with it. It's really easy to use. I'll just play about with all the settings so you can hear it on the guitar, and then I'll show you what it sounds like in the context of the mix, how I've used it, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat, and then we'll end it up. Okay. Right, so there you have it. The sound of a rotary speaker in the box. I think it sounds unbelievable. See, like when you really hit it wet, honestly, I feel like I'm at a baseball game or like fucking there's like an organ going on. It's so realistic. It's like I can't believe that's a guitar. It sounds like what I imagine a Leslie or a rotary speaker to sound like. It sounds really realistic in my head. I know I've not got one to compare, but in terms of the records I've heard, it really does change the sound from a guitar to a Leslie. Sounds really, really, really nice, and it's really, really simple to use. And I know I had it really low in the track, and at the end of the video, I'm actually going to let you hear it in the context of the mix, but a little bit louder, okay? Just so you can hear it a little bit more. But in terms of like the way that I feel about this library, I think he's just done an awesome job. I love the fact, obviously, you've got your mix knob as well. So again, I was able to tailor it to test. I could have had the effect a little bit more wet in the mix, but that tremolo guitar that I've got, it was kind of getting in the way. And for me, it was just kind of about trying to like soften the guitars and just kind of like, obviously there's a lot of, fuck, it's kind of like, it's doing that in the background, which is kind of what I like. But I just kind of thought I was able to kind of get the right amount of movement with a Leslie. So kind of almost kind of like the tremolo and the Leslie kind of done that and kind of intertwined with each other like like I'm in the fucking hacienda or something. But that's kind of just the way I heard it, and it did the job. I think Tim's done a great job. If you do have Nebula, I do suggest you check them out. And very, very important, right? Very important, right? Because you'll kill me if I don't mention this. There is a certain way you've got to set this up, okay? Really, really easy. He's got it in the manual, and he's also got it on his website when you go to download it. When I used it, I didn't change it. And he said to me, Paul, I think you're the only person that's not fucking read it. He went, Paul, I've already told you. He told us and I forgot. I've got ADD, right? Fucking leaves alone. Right? So I changed it. Because the problem is certain libraries won't work unless you change the setting. So in Nebula, all you need to do is you go to your settings and it's called L-timed, and you change the L-timed, I think it's to 30 milliseconds. Like the rotary will work, but the yellow, I'm pretty sure the yellow chorus and the yellow flanger, I don't think they'll work. Where if you change that setting, you close Nebula, and then you open it up again, and then it'll work. Basically, you're changing the global settings in Nebula, so every time you open it up, it'll kind of open up with this kind of L-timed whatever. I don't even know what it does. I just know that's what you have to do. But either way, I think it sounds amazing, and it's genuinely a step in the right direction for convolution. It's great. Honestly, it's great to be able to have a sampled impulse response of a Leslie speaker. I think it's amazing. Some people might say, Paul, a Leslie and a rotary speaker are two different things. I fucking don't know, but it sounds cool, and that's all I care about. But either way, my name has been Paul Third. This has been... fuck was that? My name is Paul Third. This is Mixing Wednesdays, and I'll leave you with a last audio example with the same mix, but the guitars and the Leslie rotary speaker guitar kind of lifted up a little bit more, just so you can kind of hear it a little bit more prominent in the mix. Okay.